This is an example of one student's process that he used to write a good informational article. So, the thesis statement, in other words, the topic sentence or the lead to his newspaper story, the first sentence that will be read was, before winning the World Series this year, it had been 108 years since the Cubs had last won this major event. Then, this topic sentence right here was taken, copied, and just put here for the topic sentence right here. It's the same sentence. Now, this was the source that the student used. The student found that this information was the information that he needed, right here. So, copied it, and he put it down wherever, it doesn't matter, just slapped it down someplace, and he used all of the information in that section of the article to write his story. So there's that topic sentence. Then he put in his own words. That's good. He used a lot of his own words. He says, there have been generations of Cub fans who have stuck with the Cubs, even though they were starting to think the Cubs would never win a World Series. Then he has a lead in to the article. According to the New York Times, that's his source, comma, quote, the Chicago Cubs did just that, shattering their 108-year championship drought in epic fashion with an 8-7, 10-inning victory over the Cleveland Indians in Game 7. Then he cites the author of that article. Now, this is really nice example of using information from a source that is cited, but paraphrasing it in such a way that really it's mostly the student's own words. So next, what's written is, Cubs fans who had hoped that this maybe was it started thinking it might be all over when the Indians scored 3 runs in the 8th inning to tie it up in the 9th. To make matters worse, there was a rain delay for 17 minutes following the 9th inning while the Cubs fans waited impatiently. Then in the 10th, the Cubs scored 2 more runs to make the lead 8-6. After that, the Indians scored only 1 more run before the Cubs ended it. The final out was made by a slow grounder to third base. Third baseman Chris Bryant must have known it was going to end right there, because as he fielded the ball, he had a giant smile on his face as he threw the ball to first to get the batter out for the Indians' 3rd out and the Cubs' World Series championship win. And there's the source. Again, I want to emphasize this is so much of the student's own words. Then the student has a powerful conclusion. He looked up when the last time the Cubs had won and found out that they had won 2 years in a row way back in the day when they had won a World Series. And I am thinking that that should probably be cited. I think that information probably needs a citation from where you found it. The last time the Cubs won the World Series, they won 2 years in a row, 1907 and 1908. Then here's actually the powerful conclusion. If they keep the same team they have now and keep practicing hard, maybe they might win the 2017 World Series for another 2-year championship. Now, we've got topic sentence right there. We've got all the details, both a transition and a lead-in and a quote and paraphrase stuff. And then we have a powerful conclusion. Now, you just transfer it all. You just transfer it all to a blank Google Doc. You take the topic sentence, transfer. Indent here. Take the next thing. Transfer. You always want to be careful you're keeping it in a paragraph. And you keep going down, and transferring. Until finally you've got a nice article with your topic sentence, all of your detail sentences, and your conclusive sentence. What this still does need is the title of the article, author, and whatever else is left for the checklist. So that is a good example of how an excellent article is written for the newspapers for Mrs. Burmall's class.